President Trump's temporary pause in travel and refugees from high-risk countries has provoked thorough outrage on the left, as evident by the protests at airports over the weekend and on Monday. And the opposition party to the president, the mainstream media, has been equally indignant in their reaction and coverage. Many reporters and news agencies being tremendously dishonest, calling it a, quote, Muslim ban. The reaction in Canada and our media has been similar. We saw Justin Trudeau put out this tweet on Friday suggesting Canada would accept all, the US would not. But again, there is dishonesty in his tweet when he says, quote, regardless of your faith. This is not a ban or directed at Muslims. And as has been pointed out by numerous other sources, the most populous Muslim majority nations are not on the list. And the list of 7 nations was actually compiled by the previous Obama administration as the highest risk nations for terror. Justin Trudeau wasn't the only virtue-signaling Canadian politician to react to the executive order from President Trump. BC Premier Christy Clark, speaking to reporters on Sunday at the Lunar New Year celebration in Chinatown, had this to say.
We believe that people who are seeking refuge around the world should be able to find safe haven here in our province. We believe that people who, the best and the brightest, should be able to come to British Columbia. We're going to lift the foreign owner's tax on people who have work permits who are paying taxes and living in British Columbia as a way to encourage more people to come. And we are going to fight to make sure that people who are dual citizens of Canada, who may hold a passport from Iran or Iraq or Syria, can continue to travel.
Perhaps the Premier had not seen the statements from National Security Advisor Flynn, nor the reporter who asked. But it was clarified by both the Canadian ambassador and Flynn that anyone traveling on a Canadian passport would be exempt from the pause, even if they are dual citizens or hold passports from the 7 nations in the pause. And as far as removing the 15% foreign buyers tax for people with work permits, Premier, why wasn't this done sooner? People who come to work in Vancouver should be exempt. They are not the problem. They contribute to the economy. The problem is when wealthy, mostly mainland Chinese move here and buy up our real estate, and they don't end up working here or declaring income here. So their contribution to our economy basically ends when their realtor cashes their commission check. But even more appalling than the Premier was Vancouver Mayor Gregor Robertson's response. He's not one to scrum with the media as often as the Premier, so he released a statement on Sunday. I'll post the entire statement below, but what is most concerning is in the 3rd paragraph. Quote, we're proud to be the first city in Canada to bring in an access without fear policy to guarantee that all residents, regardless of immigration status, have access to city services. Crafted closely with the community, at its core it's about human safety and dignity. We stand in solidarity with U.S. cities like Seattle, Boston, New York, and Chicago, who are standing firm as sanctuary cities and welcoming newcomers with open arms. Unquote. Let me translate what access without fear means. Sanctuary city. So in a city where people are being forced to leave because of insane real estate prices, being pushed out of reach by foreign capital, the mayor is actually allowing our tax dollars to be spent so illegal immigrants who have no right to be in Canada are given access to city services. That's right, people who may have been born and raised here are being forced out because of the influence of foreign capital, but the mayor is ready to welcome any illegal immigrant with open arms. It's unbelievable, I know. I've asked for clarification from both the mayor's office and the Vancouver police as to what they will do should they arrest an illegal immigrant, but I have yet to hear back. With the new Trump administration set to crack down on U.S. sanctuary cities and in particular illegal aliens with criminal records, will there be a flow of illegal immigrants across the Canadian border? And will they be welcomed with open arms by mayors like Gregor Robertson and premiers like Christy Clark? And will they do it while ignoring the clear and present risk that this poses? Well, if you are concerned about the reactionary behavior from our politicians towards the policies of the Trump administration and the risk they present to Canada, then sign my colleague Brian Lilly's petition at noillegals.ca. For the Rebel.media, I'm Christopher Wilson. Thanks a lot for watching. Sign that petition at noillegals.ca. We don't want any of the problems that illegal immigration has brought to America in Canada.